Eagles, fly. Boy, you know how we do this. Smitty up the field, Booby on the wheel. Jalen and AJ think how we put a steel fight. Eagles, fight. Oh, you know we gon' do that. BG, big player, Bonte, Bradbury, pick six in the bag. Boy, sweaty on the line, flash that with him. Boy, the Kobe gon' get him, Kyle hit him. Boy, and my dog big as my lot of switching names up. Should be Philly, got it sold up, bro. Why bars? Boys.
Swoop Boys, baby. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a lot of us, but hey, it's enough of us. Episode 40. And that's kind of crazy for me to be saying because when we started this thing, it was just me and King, and it was we were the initial Swoop Boys, and we've gladly been added to the team. So to make it to a 40th episode, it's dope, man. And right along with me for now, we got one of the prestigious Swoop Boy members, Coach. How you doing today, brother?
I'm good, man. Today was a long day, but I definitely this is one of the main reasons I love my job because the things I get to do. So wait till I put all the pictures in the group, bro. Y'all are gonna. Oh, I had a ball today.
I'm definitely excited to see throw some stuff in there.
What about you, man? How you doing? You had a couple days off or something like that?
Yeah, it's so the trucking industry can be kind of funny at times. You would think certain times we'd be really busy, but this week is kind of a slow one, which I welcome. Like I don't know how like you kind of look at things, but I welcome like slower times because like I'm definitely like I'm pretty smart about how I stack my shekels. I know everybody sees me buy a lot of hats and get a little crazy sometimes, but trust me, I do have a wife that makes sure that we are fiscally okay. So when it comes to slow times like this, and they're like, my dispatchers will call me and just be like, "Hey, we don't have a lot of loads tonight. Do you want to chill?" I always say like, "Yeah," because at the end of the day, it's more time with my at home with the fam. So I always like it. Me and Lex usually do something either before or after the pod. So. He's chilling with me right now in the podcast room doing his little thing. And I kind of got like a little mini vacation. I go back to work probably Friday, and then it's cool because my birthday's next week. So.
Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
What did wifey give you any hints of what she got planned or what's going on birthday?
The only thing that I do know for sure is Korean barbecue will be eaten. I do know that. So I'm excited. You, ATK, what's going on with you, my man?
I love Korean barbecue, bro.
Bro, me too. And my wife hasn't ever had it before, so it'll be dope because it's gonna be like her first time. So it's funny because our birthdays are literally 7 days apart. So I'm the 14th and she's the 21st. So. What we try to do is like we'll try to do like kind of combined stuff. So she's like, well, on your night we'll go out for a nice dinner and we'll go do some stuff, and then like for her birthday it'll be like part 2 to like my birthday kind of. It's like like it's a whole mashup. So I was like, well, you could pick where we go for dinner. I don't mind. Couldn't find the stream on the stream on StreamYard. Can you send me? Yeah, hold on, AK. Let me. I thought
King, you asked AK to hop on.
Well, King hit me. AK said he was down to jump on, so you know me. I'm like, hey, what's going on, Prime Time? Happy to have you up in here, brother. AK, yeah, let me hit Twitter real quick and see. Get you one there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. 1 second, AK. 1 second.
Get in here and redo this paperwork so I can hit the road.
So you still at the office what's it like in the evening over there? I promise we're about to actually start getting this thing going. Let me just send it to AK and then we will be booming. All right, y'all. I'll get to that. We got some good stuff in the works for you guys tonight, and we definitely have got a lot of fun things to go over.
So what I come to find out here, traffic starts at 3 p.m.
Oh yeah, Houston traffic is definitely interesting to say the least.
So like, I was rushing to get back. I left College Station at about like 2:30. I got back at the office I left College Station at 3:30. I got here at about 5:30, and then I was like, all right, let me hurry up so I can get back home. So I can be at the crib for the pod. Then I was like, I looked at the traffic and I said, nah, I'm gonna just switch it up and do it from the office this time because I ain't trying to be in that traffic for another hour.
Bro, ain't no way. When I first seen when I went through Houston traffic, I thought it was like I was like, there's no way this is real when we got stuck in that the first time, but it's real. It is real, bro. I couldn't believe it. Oh.
But
Yeah,
I,
here you
I
go.
love it out here so far, man. So it ain't bad.
Well, somehow, AK, you got it. I was just pulling my Twitter up. I just emailed myself the link. Guys, you seen him in the chat. We're gonna go ahead and bring him on up to the stage. Our boy AK, you know what I'm saying? Welcome, AK. Welcome.
Yo, what's good, man? How's it going,
What
guys?
up, man?
Appreciate you guys having me on. My laptop died, so I'm on my cell phone.
Bro, my laptop loves to play this game where it says that I have 70% battery left, and then it likes to turn the black screen on me. And
right?
I know I have
what mine does. That's exactly what mine did. Yeah.
It's like is yours a MacBook or is it a whatchamacallit?
Yeah, I got a MacBook, an Acer.
Yeah, mine's too. I'm like, what the hell, bro? Is
yours touchscreen?
Is mine what?
Is it touchscreen?
No, I do not have the touchscreen. I'm not that fancy with it. I got mine for video editing and photo editing, so I do have I have like the higher chip for like photo resolution and stuff. So I don't know, maybe it has something to do with it. TK all day says
TK
AK in
got
the
some
building.
Money. If he got the touchscreen Apple,
okay. No.
Touchscreen Apple is
no.
Well, shoot, man. It's gonna be a light cast today for now. So you know what I'm saying. We might as well just go ahead and get right into it. AK, we're definitely happy you jumped on here with us. You know what I'm saying. So first things first, there's some real disrespect out in these streets. Have you guys been aware of this?
Are you talking at Foolery on ESPN, where Dallas out of nowhere now got a 50% chance to win a Super Bowl?
I'm gonna run the clip.
Dallas Cowboys have the highest chance of any team in the entire National Football League to make the Super Bowl and to win the Super Bowl. They now have a 50-50 shot to get there and a 31% chance to win the Super Bowl. That is according to our Power Index.
As another famous Mr. Clark once said,
yes.
You smoke crack, don't you? Then jump.
Don't do that.
You smoke crack, don't you? Then you jump. Because I don't care what nobody says. If you've watched these teams play throughout the year, come on, Greeny. I know you've been.
I've got the flu.
I know you just got back, man.
But go ahead, talk.
Yeah. When you watch the Philadelphia Eagles play throughout this season, what was the one thing we said? This is the team that has trouble stopping the run. Yeah. They played one of the best run teams in the entire NFL yesterday, and they pound them. And then offensively, you see the growth in the passing game where yesterday wasn't about RPO. It wasn't about zone read. It was knowing I now have a guy that can beat your guy. Right. And if you're worried about him, I have another guy that can beat your guy, Devontae Smith. Worried about him? I have another one. And so when you...
And I mean, he goes on and on and on. You know, Ryan, I do have to give, at least our boy Ryan was on our side this time. You know, but, bro, tomfoolery. The fact that they're going ahead and trying to say that
Hurts going deep for AJ.
Cowboys have any kind of stake to 50% when we have 2 whole games ahead of them, plus right now we hold the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
AK, you're the special guest tonight, man. Speak on it, man, because I'm about to lose my damn mind.
Yo, I'm glad you started with this segment because y'all did not catch my live last night, did you?
Well, we were. The thing is, I saw that you saw for the little back here. I always have my iPad is always right next to the MacBook, so I can see who's streaming. You guys were streaming while we were doing Hey Poppy last night. So, I want to kind of get the time slots a little bit better so we don't compete.
I blew up. I'm not even gonna lie, bro.
What's going on?
The disrespect for this team is ridiculous. You know, Dak has played the last 6 games, and in 6 games he's thrown 7 interceptions. Jalen Hurts has played a full year, and he's only thrown 3, and 2 of them wasn't even his fault. Okay? Not just that. They sit there and they said, oh, Well, we have the number one offense now. Well, didn't you have it last year? And what happened?
And what happened? Last I
Didn't you
checked,
have the number one defense last year as well? What happened? It doesn't change any scenario. You know, I made a valid point last night, and I'm going to tell you guys this. At least I feel it's valid. Jalen Hurts is a better Dak Prescott without the PR.
So if I'm understanding you right, just to go ahead and clarify, because when people talk about elite quarterbacks, I don't think Jalen is in that elite class. Not yet. He might very well become one, but right now he is not. I think there's tiers of quarterbacks. So when we're talking about elite, obviously we know Brady was in that class. You know, we know he's older. He's on the tail end of it. Mahomes definitely in there. I think we're seeing Josh Allen has ascended to that around that. So that is a class of quarterback that, you know, we will say that they are in a league of their own. Then we have the class 2. So now we're talking about the Dak Prescotts, the Jalen Hurts of the world. These are your working guys that, you know, they will you can win because of them, but you know what I'm saying, they are not world beaters in a say of like they're going to be the reason that you can go ahead and have the kind of season we're having right now. Obviously, there are pieces around Jalen Hurts that have definitely helped him elevate, as he has taken a step himself, but these pieces are definitely helping as well.
Well, but that's everyone. Look at every team that's successful. They did the same thing we did. You know, and I got this excuse last night from Doubt. Listen to how low they have sung. They sat there and said it's pretty easy for Jalen Hurts to be successful when he's been given everything on a silver platter. I stopped instantly and freaked the fuck out. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss.
Go ahead, let it out.
No lie, man. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I said, are you serious right now? Dak Prescott, his rookie year had Dez Bryant. Yes, Dez was older, but he was a fucking veteran. Yep. And he still got you like 800-900 yards that year. And then they also had their tight end. What's his name? He was on the end of his year too.
You're talking about the one that went to go do sports casting and was terrible at it.
Witten.
Witten. You know, but then not just that, you also get to the divisional that year, and you flop. Okay? And then after that, you go and you get this man, Amari Cooper. You go and you get him CeeDee Lamb. You go get him Michael Gallup. You get him Wilson. You get him Elliott. You get him Pollard. You get him Parsons. You get him all these defensive weapons. Yep. What the fuck are you talking about that my quarterback was given a silver platter? Motherfucker, Dak should have won in the last 7 years, and he did nothing with it. And you want to give me shit about my fucking quarterback? I'm sorry, he's in year 2 balling out way better than what fucking Dak is. And you think I need to be the one to check myself? Last I checked, we're 11-1. You're 9-3. Stay in your fucking lane.
Hey, I couldn't say it better myself. I mean, the slander that the Eagles and Jalen Hurts get as an organization and as a player compared to the cup massaging of Dak's balls that Dallas gets week in and week out is absolutely crazy. It's insane, and there's not even words for it, bro, because we see it. And I mean, come on, that banner, that was absolutely ridiculous. 50%. How is it 50%? And this is going to segue us perfectly into what we actually do want to talk about is what the rest of the season looks like. There's 4 games left, starting with this week. 2 of those we have against the Giants. One of them is against Dallas. But before we even take ourselves down to Dallas, it's the Giants this week, and then next week it's the Bears. I'm sorry. By the time we're going to see the Cowboys, we will have only 2 games left, them and then a game after that. Their game's not even going to be relevant if we win these next 2.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus, how you feeling about it, Coach?
Hey, the ball's in our court, basically. It's up to us to you know, what the young kids say, not fumble the bag, because we have a guaranteed, you know, road to the number one pick in the the NFC, to secure home field advantage, to where the route to the Super Bowl is going to have to go through Philly, and everybody knows what happened the last time that happened. Party down Broad Street. So
there we go.
It is what it is, man. I don't care about the media as far as, you know, the foolery. At the end of the day, half of these dudes' credibility is out the window. I like Ryan Clark. I listen to the pivot. He knows what the hell he's talking about. He's one of those realists when it comes to being an analyst. But you know, these other guys, Greeny and them, it's just clickbait. It's just to hype up America's team, but it don't matter. Like
But it's
AK said,
it's a little nasty though, right? Like, come on. Like, I understand. Look, we're always going to talk about what gets clicks and what gets views, and every week we hear the same thing. The Los Angeles Lakers, anything with them, even if they're not good, they're still going to talk about them. Dallas, even when they're not good, they're not going to talk about. We're going to talk about them, and that's perfectly fine. I can understand that. Whatever marketing that they've done over these, since the NFL, they got to the NFL, happy for them. Great. They have a huge fan base. I'm not going to go ahead and speak ill of them. We know what the truth is about that. But it's like to go ahead and put out this like it's crazy like to put out this rhetoric it's like it doesn't make any sense. Like you're gonna go ahead and tell me you're basically pissing on me and telling me it's raining every week in and week out, right?
No, I feel you, man. Listen, I won't lie, bro. I even said it before I started my live. If you do not like profanity, turn this shit off now. Like
we're all here for it. We are here for it.
And I'm serious, man. Like Dak's window has closed. I mean, even this year is going to be tough because it's like I said last night. I don't give a shit what y'all do. Like you said, if we win these next few games, you might as well just kiss it goodbye. It's over. Okay? You're coming through us. You have to come through us. There is no going any other way. We are the East. We are the NFC, and it goes through Philly. And they're sitting there, oh, we're worried about a Super Bowl. No, you should be worried about first seed. I'm worried about first seed. Once we clinch first seed, then I'm worried about Super Bowl. I don't count my chickens before they hatch. That's what's got you 26-year droughts.
Yeah.
So, listen, get to the first seed, clinch it, and then worry about the Super Bowl. But I'm not worried, man. I said it last night. I believe this team is better than our 2017 team, and that's no disrespect to them. But, bro, you look at this roster from top to bottom, we are way more stacked than what we were in 17.
Oh, and this is what I've spoken on this before. 17 was not like it's an amazing season. Obviously, it was one that like the way I talk about 17 is if you wrote a movie about the Philadelphia Eagles winning the Super Bowl in 2017, and like just say 17 didn't happen, but just say you wrote that exactly how it happened as a movie, people would say that was the wackest movie ever. It's unbelievable. There's nothing about it that would never happen in the real NFL. But the fact is that it did. We had a second-year quarterback, a second-year coach who, let's be honest, the first season they seemed good, but we saw we were about 2 or 3 years away from being a super competitive team, But here you go. Carson takes the step that he took, and I mean, the rest we all know how it went down. So, I mean, the guy played out of his mind, played the best football of his life, and and the team around him stepped up and they believed. And then Nick Foles comes off the bench, like, come on, like it does right itself. But we know
Deja vu is about to hit everyone, bro.
That sounds like a Disney movie. If it was, man.
Exactly, it does. The thing is, what I really want to say about. I see you, Birdman. We can only lose one more game. Look, man, just like we have 4 more games to play, they have 4 more games to play too. So,
but how?
And yeah, exactly how. And I would love you to answer that, Birdman. So please keep commenting. But the other thing I want to say here is, all right, we just took on King Henry in Tennessee. Everyone was so worried about the run defense, but we shut King Henry down. 6 yards was his longest rush, right? Out of 11 carries. Neutralized them. They didn't have any receivers, so I know you take that with a grain of salt. We really weren't playing scared at all. There's no reason to play scared. But then you go ahead and add the fact that Dallas has CeeDee Lamb. I'll give you that. CeeDee's become a solid receiver, but outside of CeeDee, you got is Schultz there? I don't know. I just feel like the way our corners are, we match up way better, and we shut the run down. We've proven that we can do that now. We have the cornerbacks in the back that can go ahead and shut you down in the pass game. So Like, what's really what about Dallas is so scary to our team right now? After the fact that we've already beat them.
Listen, man, I made this point last night. First off, they used the excuse, oh, you beat us with their backup. I was like, first off, worst fucking excuse you could ever use to an Eagle fan, to a fan base who won a fucking Super Bowl with a backup. That is the worst excuse. Do not bring that here. You cannot use it. Okay. Secondly, I was like, you realize your halfbacks only ran 83 yards and had one touchdown, and that was from Elliott in the third. And that was without Sue and without LJ. And now we have LJ and Sue, and you think you're going to do better? Like, where did the world start turning upside down here? Because I really feel we live in a parallel universe right now, and it's really fucking crazy. I don't understand it, bro. You have the team with the leading MVP quarterback, and you don't even have them at 50% and Dallas at 30%. Are you shitting me? Like, dude, if we were Kansas City, we'd be number one everywhere. You know that.
Make it make sense to me, man. Make it make sense. Coach, can you speak on it? Does Dallas actually have a chance of going ahead and taking the lead taking the number one seed from us, or threatening us in our Super Bowl run?
Yeah, the only way that can happen is you fire up that nice gaming system, you put in your Madden 23, and you play as the Cowboys on rookie. so outside of that, man, we've
snap.
Answer this question.
Cowboys. Go ahead, AK.
Who did Jalen Hurts beat? Did he beat Dallas's defense, or did he beat Cooper Rush? Because as far as I know, Cooper Rush does not play defense. And their defense was fully healthy, and their God-forsaken Micah Parsons, the demon of all demons, did nothing until Johnson went down in the third. So, please, who did Jalen beat? Because they tend to say if they had – no, he beat your defense. He didn't beat your quarterback.
Exactly.
They beat Micah Parsons because somehow you let the most lethal player on the entire field play free, meaning no blocking responsibility whatsoever. Yet he was still MIA in the game. You got to give credit to our coaches, man. They coached the hell of a game to scheme against Dallas. Outside of that, we're going to do the same thing. Oh, Trayvon Diggs. What did he do? Guess what? Anthony Brown is down. So y'all still have a weakness in the secondary.
And for them to look, just like we were talking about yesterday when we're talking about the different looks that the Eagles can give you out of the same bunch or the same formation. What are you going to do with and look, we're not going to sit here. I'm not going to take anything away from Diggs. The season he had last season was the season he had last season. And that's exactly what it was last season. The takeaways are not sustainable. And I'll say the same thing for us. Like CDJ's having an amazing year to takeaways. He's probably not going to have that many next year, but he still plays hard. Now, the thing that separates these guys is Diggs is a high volume guy. So now all of a sudden, last year when they were talking about he got a lot of yards on him, but they were happy because he was getting the takeaways. Well, now you're seeing the other side of that. He's not getting the takeaways and still allowing all those yards. So now you're talking about A.J. Brown coming down to Dallas. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about Devontae Smith coming down to Dallas. And possibly Quez, because guess what? That sprain he's got, the MC sprain, that's the same sprain Odell had, and Odell had a grade 3. We don't know what Quez has, if it's a 1, 2, or 3. But guess what? Odell had a grade 3 when he was on the Browns. Still played the next week. So it's probably not going to sideline him too long, if anything at all. And now we're seeing Gainwell started to step up. They're seeing these coaches are growing in their roles. So now they're seeing how they can start to use Gainwell the right way instead of like just trying to run him up the middle. You know, Miles is having a career season. He's getting burned now. You know, he's getting between those tackles. And come on, man, behind this offensive line, anybody can do anything in my eyes. We're not even talking about Pascal at this point and a possible Dallas Goedert start. Like, Goddard's coming back eventually, so that's
Avonte Maddox.
Avonte Maddox activated today. I mean, We got guys that were hurt, but we got guys that are coming back too. You know, a lot of that around the field.
No, listen, man, I gotta say this. Against Green Bay, we rushed for 350. Then we turn around and we throw for 350. Actually, more than that, 380.
380, 385, 383.
385, whatever. Do you know that we're only the second team in history to do that? Ever. And do you know who that other team was?
Let them know.
The 87 Raiders with Bo Jackson.
And when you're talking about greatness like that, it's not hard to see why we're so excited as a fan base. Can I give you fellas another number to be excited about? 42. That is how many sacks this Eagles defense has right now. We are almost going to catch the 91 iconic Eagles defense. 91, you guys remember how iconic that class was. They had 55 sacks. We got 4 more games to play. I think this defense is going to catch up to that. Now, when you're talking about these type of numbers with this type of class of like players that we have, I find it hard to get low on us to think that this team can't go all the way and they can't do whatever they want to do. Like you said, do you want us to run it all over you all day? We can do that. Do you want us to throw it all over the place? All right, here it comes. Our guys get open. Our guys know how to run it.
Go
ahead. Go ahead. Well, the thing is, and then you add the X factor, and this is what I think separates Dak and Jalen. Both of them are athletic, but when we're talking about a guy, Jalen's a true mobile quarterback. Dak, he knows how to run around. He knows how to get, he can make throws on the run, whatever you want to say. But when we're talking about pure runners, pure rushers, the way Jalen sees the field is almost like a running back. So when he does decide, or when there's a design run for him, the kid just gets crazy. He gets loose, and he knows how to make – bro, how many times this season have we seen him turn nothing into 15 yards, a first down? Like that. Even you go back 2 weeks ago, they shut the run play down at the red goal line. The next play, Jalen opens the defense opens up like the Red Sea. He walks right in for a touchdown. I mean, the guy runs differently than a regular mobile quarterback.
Bro, what should worry people the most? Okay, and no lie, this should worry you. When you can go and commit the penalties we committed, every time we committed a penalty, the very next play we picked up a first down.
It was almost like we were doing it on purpose.
Yeah, right. It was funny in a way, because I was sitting there and I was like, it hit me. It hit me plain as day, bro. You cannot stop us.
No.
Like, these guys can mess up so bad and still turn it into a 16-play drive and score a touchdown. Like, dude, do you know how many teams get 10 penalties and lose that game because of 10 penalties?
Usually
we had 10 penalties and blew them away.
Yeah. Usually you see 10 penalties and you see the box score, it's like they got blown out, or like they just, I mean, it looks a lot more like the doubt. And this is another thing. We could have done whatever we wanted to on a Sunday. We took our starters out. The Dallas Cowboys leave their starters in and try to like run up a 50 burger on the Colts. Like, come on, bro. Like, you guys are you know what that is, bro? To me, that we're so in their head rent free. They're like, we have to have the score high. We want them to be talking about us. We have to make them feel like they're afraid of us. They're going to see the score, and it's going to strike fear into the hearts of all the Eagles and all the Eagles fans. Get out of here, bro. You guys are losers. And you know what? You're lucky none of your starters got hurt. And I never wish anybody getting hurt. I don't wish that on anybody. But you're lucky none of your starters got hurt doing that in a garbage time game. You pull your starters, get them out, take your W gracefully. And that's just how it goes. The fact that they did that was corny as hell, bro. TK, thank you. I know, bro, Straight facts, bro. That was corny, bro. Straight corny. But,
I ain't gonna lie. I'll
go
probably
ahead.
do the same shit.
Well, at what level? At what level are we talking? Because here's the thing: when you got real Super Bowl aspirations, you got real Super Bowl goals. You know your team is primed to do something like this. Like this team is looking like they're gonna do. You know it's at stake with every play. We say it all the time. One injury can change the course of your whole season.
Yeah, but
Bro.
to a certain extent, I would have been like, all right, Jalen, where are we at? 380? All right, I just need a Devontae, AJ, just give me a 20-yard curl. Yeah, I know it's a long fucking route. Give me a 20-yard curl. All right, Jalen, you got 400? All right, bet. Sit down. Now let Miles go ahead. Hey, how many yards we need to get to 100? All right, Miles. Hey. Hey, no, fuck it. Jordan, bring your big ass out here.
That's why Shane been listening to the podcast, but he ain't called you yet because he know you be on the sideline wilding.
Like, Devontae, you want to play corner? You said you better than Slay. Let's go. Devontae on the left, Slay on the right. Let's see who the better DB.
Well, speaking of our DBs and guys that are gonna go ahead and play their ass off for us, AK did bring it up. We got our slot corner. He's back activated. Devontae he's feeling his window's been opened up now. So I don't know if we're gonna see him this week. Have you guys heard anything?
If they just let Andre go and made some room to activate him, he's going to play. He's probably going to be on that same role as like Jordan Davis. How Davis was activated, but we barely see him. We saw him play Sunday. It's going to be the same deal, just in case if Josiah does go down, you got that depth out there as far as that nickel corner. But Josiah's doing a good job so far. He's held down the fort this long. The bleeding has not been that bad. We got a nice little Band-Aid with the Darty Explorer on it, but the blood is slowly, kind of showing it's there, but it's scabbing over. So, I'll take that as a win compared to, we got to apply pressure and quick lock and call ER and all. It could be worse. So I'll take it what it is.
TK, you're right. Coach is petty. He's got a lot of you guys fooled. You think he's a nice guy. You think he's like quiet. Coach quietly talks a lot more crap than a lot of people. So don't let him fool y'all. AK, how you feeling about Avonte being back in the fold? You think he's going to get a lot of burn this week, or you think they're going to ease him back into it? Let him just, get his feet wet, give him a couple plays, let him get some field under his feet.
Bro, I don't know if I can even stand watching Josiah Scott in there anymore. Like, I'm not even playing, bro. Like, our defensive struggles a little bit were due to that position and him being out. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That we all we don't take Avonte Maddox for granted, but in a way we kind of do. Like, dude, this kid balls the hell out at slot. Like, he really, really does, bro. And Maddox is amazing.
No, he didn't. I know Matty Ice didn't do that. Hold on, AK. He didn't. Is that confirmed that happened? AK, are you seeing that? Matty Ice didn't do that dumb shit, did he?
But what kind of whisper was it? What kind of whisper was it? When was it one of those like...
It's confirmed?
Whisper it to him, or did he like dap him up, come back, hey bro, it's time to go get your ring? Or did he dap it up, keep it close, and then like
tuck it in.
Oh, dude, you could feel like his nose breath in his ear. Like, he was like, "Go get your ring."
I feel like it was more like that.
Go get your ring.
Go get your ring.
You got the juice now.
Go get your ring, big boy. Smack him in the butt.
Yo, that is crazy. Nah, bro, I'm not checking that. That's crazy.
Oh, that's messed up.
Yo, after Matty Ice got, you know what it is? He's mad because he got sacked so many days. He got sacked so many times. He's clearly not right in the head. They were mic'd. There's actual audio of it. They were mic'd up. I gotta find this. I need this audio. This is crazy, bro.
Right?
Nah,
No, dude,
bro,
you know who
that's
Matt
crazy.
Ryan?
Go get yourself a ring. That's nasty
You,
business, bro.
you know who Matt Ryan reminds me of right now, bro? I watch him every weekend, and it's funny because I laugh every time. He reminds me of the Nick guy from The Replacements, the kicker. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
Like, dude,
yeah,
he looks so small and
the
tiny out
English
there and
dude.
fragile. Yeah.
yeah. He said a ring pop. Fam, that's crazy, bro. That is crazy. Cause like from a purely competitive like perspective, if you see like you've gotten to see both guys up close, you've gotten to see both teams up close. The fact that he whispered, and you're from Philly, bro. Like what? What are you saying? That's nasty work, bro.
Practice living Indy, bro.
Any respect that I may have had for Matt Ryan in his career definitely went out the window with that whatever that was. That's crazy, bro.
First off, how are you going to take advice from a dude that lost a Super Bowl when he was up 28-3?
And Matt, and it's his fault because
Right?
even if your offensive coordinator is calling for throws, you're the quarterback. You know the game is in the bag. You better audible and get some run plays going, bro. Like,
Right?
you
Yeah,
are
dude.
not even just you lost the worst Super Bowl comeback of all time.
That's the last guy I'm listening to. I just hate to tell you, but
That's true. Yo, that's nasty work, bro. To say that Dak Prescott. Yo, I'm as soon as we get off of this, that's the first thing I'm looking up, bro.
what the fuck are you going? What is up with this dude? Like, why does everyone love him?
That's what I want to know.
Dak is nasty, bro. He proved it to the league.
I'm
He's
pulling an
straight up
Eddie
nasty.
Murphy here, bro. What have you done for me lately?
Wait, hold on. What are you saying, Coach? He's nasty.
He's nasty. Think about it, bro. Everybody know Dak is the plug for all your, bedroom toys. So, like, hey, bro, me and the missus need to spice up the bedroom.
Oh,
We got live evidence, right? Zeke and Dak at the little, store. They weren't buying, they were selling, man. They do bachelor parties.
That was nasty footage. Yo, he had a John in his he had one in his waistband. He had another like in his hand. That like I don't know. I've been to a lot of bachelor parties. I'm gonna tell you what, I've been to a lot of them, and I've never seen dildos or anything like that at the bachelor parties I've been to. That's all I'm saying.
Already had any of that.
What's going on with you, man? How you doing, bro? That is fun, bro. I have never seen that at my bachelor parties.
Yeah.
You're right.
No, we had that Dak discussion last night because we were talking because Cole was in our chat as well, talking his shit and spewing his negative shit. And I told him, I said, listen, man, I said I'll give you one thing, and listen, hear me out before you flip out. Okay. Yeah. The one thing I will give Dak over Jalen Hurts. Dak has a stronger arm, but my quarterback uses his arm way better.
Backyard burst. So what the fuck did I just walk into?
I mean, could you guys agree to that? Oh, sure, Dak has a great arm. He can really throw the ball. I'll give you that. But my quarterback uses his arm way better.
I don't even know if I necessarily agree that Dak has a better arm, because now we're seeing that's a fun. Yeah, they were playing that game. Now that we're seeing like Jalen Hurts, once he got that knee issue in order, he learned how to really play the right way. The mechanics have really cleaned it up. Like I haven't seen.
You're right.
Talking about he always could throw a long ball, but now when we're seeing the deep downfield throws, they've been a lot cleaner. He
is throwing over 50% on passes 20 yards or more.
Yeah.
So
JC is over here trolling right now.
Dak will never win an MVP, bro.
I just want Odell to go to the Cowboys so we can get a part 2 of the iconic picture. CD, Odell, Zeke.
You talking about
in Miami.
on the yacht? On the yacht?
On the yacht. Once the picture hits the internet, we know we're good. Dallas
It is kind of crazy that you know what it was. You know what that photo is just a nasty photo in general. Because as a fellow wearer of Timberland boots, I've never worn Timbs on a boat. Like that was crazy.
Grip like that on the boat though. That's Tim's ain't meant for like water slippery. It's like ice slip.
There's just so much wrong with the image. It's like there was multiple guys wearing Timberlands with no shirt. So it's like you got on
No
Timbs
shirts on, like
no
bro.
shirt. That's crazy. Like you wearing Timbs with no shirt. So it's like, well, it's clearly not too cold there. So why you got them Timbs on? And then you got Trey Songz on the boat with you. So it's like, it's a lot going on in that photo.
And the fact that everybody thought it was a fire idea to take that picture. Nope, not one person spoke up and was like,
like maybe we shouldn't.
Consensual agreement was like, bro, let's do it. Shirts off in front of the like. They all talked about placement, where who's standing where. They took multiple shots to agree on which one they were going to post. They didn't just take one picture.
Bro. Hold on, because I know we're all talking about it, but to really get the grasp of it, it's just like, why is Trey Songz sitting like that on this yacht, bro? Like, this is crazy. You got Trey Songz giving sexy eye. Who's he giving this? Like Odell, Odell's kind of looking at Trey. And you got the craziest part is Victor Cruz is here, and Victor Cruz, as the veteran, didn't say we got a playoff game this week. Maybe we shouldn't go to Miami, or at least maybe we shouldn't post a picture of us on the boat. Odell has Sherpa skin Timberlands on, bro.
Hey, you know what the funny part is? As I'm looking at it, was Odell sit next to Trey and then like scoot back on his behind, or did he stand in the spot and then squat down?
And the problem with that right there is I don't know which is worse. But wait, this is the first time I've seen this not on my phone. The fact that there's ladies over here, there's two chicks over here in the back, and they're not hugged up on anybody. It's just like they just doing their own thing. So this is just nasty behavior. My man got the flannel wrapped around his waist. I ain't seen nobody wrap a shirt around their waist since I was 13.
So he thought it was cool to wear long sleeves on a hot day in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, you know what this picture reminds me of, bro? A fucking Backstreet Boys fucking cover photo.
At least the Backstreet Boys, you know, you're gonna get at least 2 or 3 great songs out of it.
Right?
This would be a fire R&B album. You would think, like,
Right?
bro, you might cry a couple times, bro. You might. We got the choreography is gonna be on point.
My man,
because everybody getting a verse.
It's just so much like you got guys in Scully's on in this picture. This is like it's just a lot of nasty behavior. I don't know what these. I don't know what. I really don't know what the Giant like. You're in the playoffs. This is what you do before you go down. Barstool Philly's out of pocket asking fans if they would kiss not even for three Super Bowls. You look like a coach. Yeah, he does look like a coach today. Dak winning the Super Bowl and goes to the Hall. JC is out here catting today. This is hilarious. Bro, nasty behavior. Well, the world will never let the Giants forget that. That's where everything went wrong for that franchise. They still have not recovered from that photo. I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. It's just so much wrong with it. I could probably stare at that thing all day and just keep coming. Like, there's just so many things that are like, it's like a bad puzzle where you're looking for what's wrong with this image, and it's just like countless things. Name that band, I'll go first. Edition. I first broke edition. For real, bro. Odell was never right after that. Victor Cruz's career was pretty much done after the next year is when he broke his leg in Philly. I think after that, he was never the same again. Trey Songz hasn't had a hit since that happened. Like, and I like Trey. I was a Trey Songz fan. He ain't had a hit. There hasn't been a hit since that.
All right, I got one for you. The Pretenders.
To Pretenders, Two Broke Crew.
Two Pro Crew.
Two Broke Crew. No moderator tonight.
No shirts, no Super Bowls.
Oh, no shirts, no rings. No shirts, no Tims, no shirt, no rings.
Yeah.
Bro, there's a lot. There's just I could rag on that photo all day just because like the repercussions of it. Because like, let's be honest, if that happened in Philadelphia, it would never die.
Tim's don't bring you wins.
I got it. From men to boys.
Oh man. We got a couple other things on the docket here. Speaking of OBJ and how things never were right again, we out of nowhere got this little beauty coming to us. Last year when OBJ was free agent sputtered, we said, watch the Rams as this year's OBJ free agent sputters. I'll say this. Watch the Eagles.
No.
Fellas, thoughts?
Unless Howie is being like me and he's super petty and he's like, no, fuck it, I got the money. Odell, we're going to sign you, but don't worry about showing up to practice. Come to the presser, but fuck it.
Bro, it is so funny that shit came out today. I'm not even bullshitting you. Go back and watch my live. I do not know what number it is, but I brought this up. I said, if I was Howie Roseman right now, I would be the biggest dick in the NFL, and I would go sign him just so no one else could have him. I wish Howie had those balls to just be that dick, but he isn't. You know, he doesn't spend money frugalously, you know, but I wish he would, just so no one else could have him. And this comes out today. I'm like, and one guy, I guess his name on Twitter is like Flores or something like that, Flores or something like that.
Yeah.
He put out on Twitter 72 hours before it happened that Baker Mayfield was going to the Rams. Well, just this morning he said, I have inside sources saying that the Eagles are going after OBJ. He was right on Baker. I'm not saying he's right on this one, but hey, Howie, if you listening, please be a dick. I will laugh at everyone's face when they see it happen. Like, dude, you know Dallas would cry. Everyone would cry if it happened.
I kind of agree with both of you. Like, it would be the big Howie move, like to just say F you to the Cowboys and like anyone who thought they were going to sign Odell. And I could even see like Howie being like, yeah, I know the medic that we probably really only would get him for like maybe a playoff game in a Super Bowl if the reports about his health are true. But I can kind of see Howie doing it. And the only reason I don't want Howie to do it is because I, more than anything in my heart and in my soul, I really want Odell Beckham to go to Dallas and sign a 3-year crazy like contract where he's getting at least like 15 to like 20 mil a year. Nothing like, because that's reasonable still. He's still Odell Beckham. And Jerry's still got money to burn. So I could see Jerry doing that dumb stuff. And then they say that we'll have him in time for the end of the playoffs, which they won't even be playing in because they'll be out before OBJ is actually healthy enough to be there. And now you've signed this guy. He's ruined your – like, once again, you already lost Amari Cooper. Like, you know, you think you're about to get from under the Zeke contract, and now you've got this stupid OBJ contract, and then he probably really screws him and retires or something. And, like, then it's just dead cap money they can't even use.
Well, and in all honesty, bro, I'm going to say this. If Dak does not win this year or even come close next year, he's gone. I hate to say it. I don't think Dallas keeps him. That'll be his 9th year, and he's never done nothing. They'll get rid of him.
You think that they would just get rid of him like that, though?
Yeah, dude, they're paying him a lot of money for what? Even Boys for Life said it.
Of the torch.
Even Boys for Life said it. But by next year, end of next year, they can get out of his contract.
They could. No, you're right. They could. But this is my only question about that. If they did that, Dallas is in a precarious, like, lucky thing. He's been in this lucky situation. They've been in this lucky situation where they've fallen ass backwards into the last 2 starting quarterbacks. They didn't look, Tony Romo, you can say whatever you want about Tony Romo and Dak Prescott on what they thought they were getting versus what they actually ended up getting. In the NFL, where you're drafted is exactly what they think of you. Tom Brady has spent his whole career making everyone feel sorry for not drafting him until he got done in the 5th or 6th round or whatever it was. That man still has tears in his eyes about it. But the truth of the matter is, Robert Kraft and Belichick did not know who they were getting when they drafted that quarterback. When they drafted it, they could tell you otherwise, but they didn't. It's like everyone says when Baltimore drafted Lamar. If you really thought Lamar was the guy that he ended up being on the field, you don't pass on him in the 1st round and then come back with the next pick and then draft him. You draft that guy as soon as you get him because you don't want anyone else to have the inklings that you might have. You get the player because you believe in the player. So the fact that and the same goes for Hurts. The Eagles didn't they have been honest. They thought he was a backup quarterback. They didn't draft him to be what he is right now. Dak Prescott, if you let him go, yeah, I don't think Dak is the best guy, but we did say he is in that second tier of quarterbacks where he is good enough to be your starting quarterback, and he is going to go ahead and get you along. If you part ways with him, and the fact that they are a middling team, they don't have a low enough draft pick to go ahead and make any substantial move up in the draft go and get like a top 3 pick, I just don't see what they would do or who they bring in.
Well, they still got next year yet. Don't forget. I mean, he can fumble it all up next year. But, I mean, listen, man, I understand what you're saying, but in all honesty, Kirk Cousins, okay? Mm-hmm. Look at Kirk. Yeah, I know right now what the record is, but this is the first time you've ever seen Kirk Cousins that way. In all honesty, yes, he's thrown 4,000-yard seasons year after year, but all he is a stat guy. When it comes to matter most, he's never done it. You know what I mean? And that's the way that I look at Dak. He's just a Kirk Cousins 2.0. This generation's Kirk. Yes, he'll give you the stats. He gives you 4,000 yards. He gives you 30-some touchdowns. But when he gets to the playoffs, he lost. Then he doesn't get there. He got there again, and he lost. If you go this year and he loses in the 1st round again, Kirk Cousins loses in the 1st round again, it's just an ongoing thing. I would not pay Kirk Cousins $84 million to be my quarterback. You couldn't pay me to do it. I hate Kirk Cousins. I think he's a waste of fucking money. When you have a quarterback in Casey Keenum who took them all the way to the championship game, and then you inherit that same team the following year and haven't done shit since. That's kind of what Dak's doing. He inherited an old team. They built a new team around him, and he hasn't done shit with it.
I was just about to say that Birdman said it too. The funny thing is, he has more wins than Dak Prescott in the playoffs.
I know.
It's so sick. And
it's a lot of quarterbacks that got more wins than Dak in the playoffs.
Our backup had more wins in the playoffs. God. It really is when you start putting the thing is every year and I'll be honest. Sometimes I fall victim to it. Sometimes I look at the Cowboys on paper. I see what they're doing, and I'm like, well, they do have a good squad, and I make fun of sometimes. We know the Eagles fans, we all know them. Like the people that are just they just say, oh yeah, well Dallas sucks, and this is it's like, yeah, no, I get it. We hate Dallas, but sometimes they do have a good team, and then sometimes we should be worried about them. But then it's like December always comes around, and it's just the craziest thing. They always and they'll have a great team. Then December comes, and then it's the same story. It's almost like they're really the cursed ones. Mm-hmm. You see these guys, and I don't know if it's Jerry, Jerry's cursed, because the teams that won the Super Bowls that he had, they weren't really his team. He never really constructed those. Those were the guys that he bought the team. Those were Jimmy's guys. Jimmy constructed those teams. So it's like Jerry has had he could say all the ones about the rings and the Lombardis that they brought home, but at the end of the day, in the back of his head, he knows that these really aren't mine. And that's why you see Jerry's so involved in everything. He's been that guy that's been the face of stuff. He always wants to be the one talking about stuff, is because he knows he wants to build his dream is to go ahead and build a Super Bowl winning team, even if it's just one. That's what Jerry truly wants in this world. He wants nothing more than that. So the fact that he hasn't, it's almost like he's cursed to not get it.
Yeah.
If the Philadelphia
Well,
Dallas Cowboys are good, they're going to the NFC Championship. See, part of me, and I'm torn by that too, because part of me really would love to go to the NFC Championship game and beat Dallas, right? And then go to the Super Bowl on their backs. But there's the petty side of me. See, I have a petty side like you guys too. The petty side of me just loves telling a Dallas fan that they haven't been to the divisional championship game in almost 30 years. Oh.
And in all honesty, I think how it's going to play out is they're going to draw Tampa in the wild card game, and they're going to fucking lose to them because they never beat Tom.
Never beat Tom.
And then they're going to be right back to it. Like I said last year, man, they were number one. And look what happened. They fumbled to San Francisco in their own freaking home. They're number one this year. It's going to happen again. It just, history repeats itself. It is what it is.
The Jimmy G thing has no juice, Birdman, to me, at least to me. Like, I love, and I think it's so sad. San Fran has such a great. D'Amico Ryans has done great with the defense. They've even gone and added to the offense. The offense looks great, firing on all cylinders. For the first time, Jimmy G actually was looking more like a quarterback that I actually believed in than any of the other previous seasons. And then he goes and gets hurt like that. I just don't think he's even. I don't know. It's just it's a broken foot. It's weird. I don't know, man. I hope he gets back, but I just don't see it because honestly, I thought it would be. I was afraid of the 49ers, man. I ain't gonna lie. But then this is the long season. Go ahead, Coach.
No, I was gonna say it's just like in recruiting, man. It's all about position and timing. As we're coming to the tail end of the regular season, you're seeing a lot of these contenders now starting to fall apart, or at least now starting to get some injuries that hit hard. Yeah, San Fran is definitely took a big one with Garoppolo being gone, but they still got D'Amico Ryan as their defensive coordinator. So, they still got that helping for them. But then we look at Dallas now, Anthony Brown being gone. Now your secondary is going to be more susceptible of, getting torched because Trey Diggs can't cover both sides of the field. Yeah. So now what are you going to do there? And then you're looking at programs like Minnesota is probably going to sneak up into it. The Giants were considered a playoff contender, but now they're losing corners and wide receivers and all that. And then you got the Commanders kind of, stepping up into it a little bit. This whole playoff situation is definitely going to be interesting on both aspects of it. Because what was the other thing on the AFC? I can't remember off of it.
Oh, Von Miller. Now Von Miller.
Yeah, Von Miller with Buffalo now. That's another big one. So it's like, bro, every
Anthony
fortunate, but it's like
it's all year.
All year. He's done. Go ahead, Coach. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, bud.
It's unfortunate it happened, but it's like all the right things are happening to make the path a lot easier.
No, and you raised a good point. It's a lot on both sides, on both sides, and also from top to bottom, because we are in a precarious situation where, yes, we have the best record, we have been winning, but we have to keep winning just to make sure. In any other given season, we would just be happy to get into the playoffs. But right now, we're holding on to that number one seed. We want to hold it. We want to keep it, get that bye. And now it's like we have to. Birdman is kind of right in the sense we have to keep winning because you don't want to leave it up to chance where, because one game, yeah, maybe, but then all of a sudden you accidentally lose a second. It is a precarious situation to be in. So you have that at the top, and then like you said, at the bottom you have all these teams that are shuffling the same way. Essentially, the guys at the top are, just trying to either make the wild card, or you have teams like on the with the Falcons were like up in right now still like in the South. Like this is crazy.
Do you know why I'm not worried though, bro?
Because
I have Jalen Hurts.
X Factor, baby. 92%.
I mean, look, I'm going to be real with you guys here. For the first time in a long time, and me and Foothills talked about this a little last night. When Jalen throws the ball, my stomach doesn't turn. I actually know when he releases that ball and he throws it.
Yep.
It's going to be there where it's supposed to be. Like I don't actually have a fear when he throws it. and I damn sure don't have fear when he runs it.
Hold on. We got somebody knocking, AK. Somebody's knocking. Come on in. I'm sorry.
The way they knocking, they better pay some damn bills.
We got Cousin Will in the building, y'all. What's going on, Cousin?
What's up, man? Right.
Hey, we're gonna get right to you, Cousin. I'm gonna let you talk some mess, but AK, go ahead and finish your point, brother.
Go for it, man. Let him go.
Man, I'm gonna say, hey, it's your world, man. You guys rock it out. You know what I mean? I just jumped in, so let me feel what the conversation is, and we can get moved from there. So,
well, you missed it. We talked about a lot of different things. But you know what? One thing, I don't want to spend too much time with it because we did spend a lot of time on it already. Because can I just get your thoughts on this piece of artwork real quick? Real quick. I would love to hear what you have to say about
the boat. Oh no. That's the J. That's like the Titanic for the Giants. Yeah, you know I mean, they was doing good to that point. That boat ride, man.
Right? That boat sunk the ship. That boat
franchise, yeah, done. They hit the iceberg like, oh.
Didn't that Drake album come out about that time? Nothing was ever the same.
Never the same, bro. It was like, yo, man. they all smoking weed on the boat just like that. They didn't, so the NFL didn't. They looked the other way on that one, but
it's because you had guys with no shirts on wearing Timbs. It's crazy. It's a lot of craziness, a lot of wackiness going on. Trey Songz.
It was winter time too, right? It was they had the bye week or some shit.
Yeah, they had the bye week, and they were in the playoff, and then they were done, bro. They were
done, son.
Out.
Wow.
But who do y'all think called Trey Songz? You think it was OBJ?
Of course.
Like, yo, Trigger. He said, yo, Trigger, we in Miami, baby.
He said come down.
Light skin powers activate.
Not the Wonder Twins. Like with the weed shit, like touch the, I don't know, man. I was kind of thinking OBJ. Go ahead.
My only question about that picture, bro, is who the fuck wears a beanie in Miami in 80-degree weather?
OBJ, you sunk my battleship. Somebody said that night. Bro, that's what I'm saying. You had dudes wearing Timberlands, no shirt, and you got this man in a Scully?
Yeah, right? Like, dude, it's Miami, 80 degrees. Why you got a beanie on, bro?
You know what just popped in my head?
That's the bull. Right? Oh man.
You know what just popped in my head, bro?
Huh.
Did somebody take a picture or was Odell doing like
Nah, they pulled. No.
Oh, yo.
They had him in the background. They got him in the background, man. You can see him.
Because the position of this is too close for it to. Yo, that's crazy.
He mounted it on the barrier in the front of the yacht and then had everybody hurry up and set the timer.
I'd say it's the guy sitting next to Odell because he's the one that looks like he just like slid back on the boat and his legs out straight and up. Like he was just posing fast.
That's
It's the boat moving.
Trigger. Yeah.
Brian Williams out that motherfucker. God
damn. Let me play with that picture on Photoshop, bro. And let me put a R&B album together,
bro. You gotta put
that one down, man.
You gotta start working on it now so you can put the Cowboys' heads on that. There's so much you could do with it, bro. We got to bring that back. You know what? I'm saying it now. I'm not even going to say when we beat the Cowboys next time we beat the Cowboys, we are going to turn that photo into a Swoop Boys T-shirt with all the Cowboys on there, and we're going to have a couple Jordan crying faces as well, and it's just going to say Swoop Boys under it. That's what's going to happen.
Hey, you want
an Eagles jersey because he low-key wants to come to Philly.
Yeah, that would be funny. See that? Yeah. We're gonna do that. So, cuz, how you feeling now? We're heading down the stretch. You know what I'm saying? We got Avonte back. We're gonna obviously smoke the Giants this weekend. I can't see anywhere that we don't.
Yeah, man, we're not gonna. I mean, it's almost they decimated, bro. I don't care what they do over there. It's like they got too many injuries, man. So we're looking good, man. And that's kind of what I wanted to see us hit our stride. I knew we were gonna have a little point where we're gonna be like, and the fans were gonna overreact, like, yo, man, the Eagles. But it's hard to win. It's hard to win every game in the NFL and get up for every game. Some of these teams you just can't get up for, man. You know. So with the Giants. We wearing black. We wearing the blackout uniforms because we usually with the black and bury them, you know, for the season. So, yeah, it's not
wearing black.
No, I don't. Are we wearing? I don't know if we are wearing black or not. But
but the first time we wore black, we buried Jim Fossil and got him out of the team. You know, that was it. He got fired the next day. So
he did.
Yeah,
just like the Titans general manager got fired the next day.
Yeah. I mean, he had to, bro. It's like that was the move. Like, come on, man. The man said he wanted to be a Titan forever. But thank you, sir. We appreciate it. I speak for the whole.
They didn't even do anything with the money that they could have paid him.
They on that. Okay. Vrabel's a good coach. I give him that much because he played in the league. And the rest of them Belichick bots that he made, they tried to be like him, but there's only one Bill Belichick, man. You can't run like that. That's like, yeah, he's like an idiot savant. You know what I mean? You can't. It's just you can't figure it out. Just let that man do what he does. So, but don't try to be like him because it's going to not work out for you.
Yeah, no.
Josh McCown, take your ass back to being offensive coordinator. You should never took that job. It's like, you separated us from Frank Reich. So
all I gotta say is thank God Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie did not take him last year. That's all I gotta say. You know how close we were getting Josh McDaniels, and the Raiders' problems would have been our problems.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think they would have worked. They would. Cooler heads would have prevailed. You know what I mean? Like I think Jeff Lurie's seen enough of idiots from Chip to be like, I'm good, man. I'm good on that shit. I'd rather hire a new coach than mess with anything like that ever again. So he fired that man during the season. After a win, he was like, man, you got it.
I would say somebody would get fired on the Giants too, but I think they know they got a good coaching staff now.
They got a good coaching staff. They got hurt, man. They got injuries and stuff. They were playing good football, man. They were playing sound football.
I will say this, and normally when I see a team that's in the Giants situation, I would say like it's so stupid for them to like trying to keep win or be competitive. But man, when you got a coach like they got, man, with Dable's a good coach, man. I like him, bro.
Yeah,
he gets his guys ready to go every week. You gotta respect that. You gotta like that. Then on top of that, like for a team that's been in the basement for as long as they have now, you kind of you need to build some type of morale. So even though it's costing you a top tier draft pick, in the long run, it's smarter. You have a coach. You got guys who are like, yeah, you might not get the high draft pick, but now you might get some free agents that are excited to come to New York now.
You might find somebody on the team already by playing them guys. You know what I mean? So that's you never know what you got until you play them. So.
Exactly. So he's finding what they got in the guys that they already have. Guys around the league are looking around that are probably on bad teams and are going to be free agents. They're like, you know what? Maybe New York is looking like a spot. Because as much as we would hate to admit it, at the end of the day, New York is New York. People do get excited to play there. I mean, look, Aaron Judge, we all thought he was going to go to San Francisco for a minute. It ended up he actually is going to be happy to be Yankee. And, it's hard to turn down $360 million. But, also New York is New York, like.
New York franchise history and then being there and then the taxes, bro, like the California taxes. Woo!
Way different. But, I mean, it's OBJ, like the backhand catch that he did that we saw that night on Sunday Night Football or Monday Night Football. If he was on, just say, the Titans, it's probably not as big a deal. It's probably not
on TV,
plastered everywhere. Yeah, it's probably not even
on prime time. You know what I mean? It would have been on prime. That would have been on Sunday afternoon catch.
Yeah, and you saw that they were ready to flex our game with the Giants. Even though the Giants are like in the basement of the NFC, they were ready to flex that game to the night game if the Giants would have won that their last matchup. So, I mean, it just goes to show like when teams like that are good, you get a lot more love, you get a lot more burn from like, you know, the national media, and people are going to talk about you regardless. So, I mean, that is something that New York has that a lot of other markets don't have by comparison. And I know it's not good for us if they get good or they have a good coach because we got to play them twice a week or twice a season. And I mean, for the first time in a while, I'm looking at the Giants like, I see you motherfuckers, and we better be ready now. Like it ain't the walk in the park it's been for the past decade.
Yeah, but that's good for everybody, man. Competition breeds excellence, right?
Absolutely. So, I know a lot of people are talking about the NFC, like being the NFC beast again. You know, also the most winning division, most Super Bowls in all divisions. That is the NFC East. But I missed. I've said for years that I missed the days where the the Cowboys Eagles games were like crazy. You didn't know who was going to come out with the win. They got real crazy, real beat up. You know, like guys were really competing. Like those were even though it was hard for us a lot of the time when we were good, we fought them, and like it was you always were hyped for that game. It didn't matter what the records were; those games were going to be good.
You know, I saw a short today, bro, and it made me laugh so hard. And I don't mean to switch the subject here.
No,
It's still, there was a guy on a short today, and I forget where and who it was, but he said that he has evidence that the NFL is scripted.
Oh, don't get Cousins started.
No. Listen.
No. You're right. It's entertainment, bro.
This is what made me laugh, though. I was like, all right, so you're telling me that when Marcus Epps planted London Burks on Sunday, he gladly took that concussion?
No.
Like, you're telling me these guys are scripted to take concussions and they gladly take them?
It's not scripted. It's not scripted like that. No.
Yeah,
it's not like WWF.
I think it's like more like, you know, like when you watch reality TV, like they kind of loosely give the girls, they give them alcohol, and you have someone say a couple things like, well, you know she fucked your man, right? Like what? They're drunk, you know, so then they just like go camera, like whatever happens. Like,
yeah.
So, you know, in a world I could see where like it's not the craziest thing where I could be like, I hate and ask Will because I've been killing him in the group chat all season. Every time he brings up the refs, me and Coach keep saying, "Stop talking about the refs. We don't want to hear about the refs." But in a world, if I go ahead and do my if I get in that bag right there, I can kind of see a world where it's like the refs are in on some kind of bigger thing where we have to keep games in a certain competitiveness. So yes, call a couple more things. I don't know if I can reach and be like coaches are in on it. It just seems like that would be a little too much.
Coaches can't talk about the refs. They got a rule, right? You know, you talk about the ref, you're gonna have to pay.
Well, everybody.
Supposedly these guys signed a disclosure agreement.
Yeah, you're not allowed to talk about the referee.
Yeah,
who was it? I don't think the refs
going off on the refs. He had to pay like $40,000.
Yeah, I don't think the refs actually like they affect the whole the closest to the game, but they kind of like leave it alone at a certain point and let you play football. You know what I mean? Like they have a period where they do. So you know, I don't think they control too much, but they don't. You know, like the Washington game, we should have still won that game, but we didn't. That was our fault. That wasn't the refs' fault. Yeah, I mean, Quez rolling around the ground. Yeah.
Now, I got a question for you.
Close? Yeah.
Do you believe that these players go into games sometimes knowing the outcome already before they play it?
Yeah, the Rams last year. That was some bullshit. Okay.
Well,
so you believe Tom? So wait. No, I'm not even hating. I just, to a point, I'm with you. I'm torn between it because I love the game of football so much. I don't want to believe it, but then there is scenarios where you could kind of look at it and be like, okay. Like for instance, I used the first Super Bowl Peyton Manning was in with the Denver Broncos. Dude, they blew everyone out that year. Blew everyone the hell out, right? And then in the Super Bowl, you lose to Seattle, like you were Jacksonville.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Same thing when they played Carolina. Cam
Newton.
So,
what I'm saying though is, you're telling me it's been scheduled that Tom Brady was supposed to win 7 Super Bowls.
I don't know about that. Some of them they let them play, and some of them it's like, okay, they spent all this money, they built the stadium. These, there's certain things you can go like, okay, like Cincinnati, the mystery calls last year. Like, come on, man, like they let these guys play, like, but they don't. LA was winning the Super Bowl last year.
But
I
if
seen
see, that's the one. That's the one right there, right?
When you see Todd Bowles play some crazy defense,
LA happened so badly for the Rams, like
it was
that one is the one.
Hollywood
Like, if you want to get me on your side, that's the one where I'm like, yeah, like, come on. Then you have the iconic
game made no sense at all.
And then to go ahead and double down for them to be so terrible this year, it's like crazy, right? That's the one. If you want to get Rico on your side, that's the one that you could really like. Come look at this, like, and I can kind of get what you like. It's
the
so
Steelers, Jerome Bettis joint too. That was kind of like see everything Seattle did. They nope, you're not doing it. The rest like okay, is this like ride it out type thing or something? What's going on here?
I'll say this. This is what I will say to it. Whenever my wife starts talking to me about different conspiracy theories, and I do like hear it, my one thing that and this is what kind of brings a lot of this stuff to like. If you have secrets, right, and you tell 10 people, maybe 5 of them will keep it a secret.
Yeah.
It's like all these guys in the NFL. You see how some of these dudes get chat. Like if you got an Antonio Brown in on the conspiracy, why haven't we heard it yet? You know what I'm saying?
He not gonna be able to. He wasn't in the room, and it was like
they told they waited.
Right, yeah. Antonio he don't know nothing, right? So, what Tom was doing.
The one that made me start kind of going towards that way of scriptedness is whenever Russell Wilson threw that ball in the Super Bowl on the 2-yard line instead of giving it to Marshawn Lynch. Like that was the dumbest shit I've ever seen. When you have Marshawn Lynch on the 1-yard line, all you got to do is hand it off, but instead you choose to throw. And dude, it was read perfectly. You know what I'm saying?
They knew the play. They knew what the play was. There's no
way
you
what the play was. There's no way looking at that replay, bro, that you can look at that footage and say he didn't know. Like he jumped that shit so fast, it wasn't even
ran
funny.
Through the man. He was like, "This is my ball, buddy."
And you got look right now we're in conspiracy hour. Like you guys realize where this pod is going. If you're even tuned in at this point, we appreciate you. But now we're just here talking some shit. So we're all having fun with it. So
let's talk about our Super Bowl, for instance.
So wait, before you say that, I did mention this earlier. I said if you wrote a movie about and you just did the script exactly how our season went. And just say the actual Super Bowl didn't happen for us in real life, right? Just say that someone brought a script to Hollywood and our real how it went for us in real life. That was the script. People would look at that, and if they made that movie, they would be like, "That would never fucking happen." Talking about the backup quarterback is coming in, and then they win, and he beats the best quarterback of all time, like. Even Eagles would be like, it was like that. Yeah, that would never happen. But it's a great movie.
It was running trick plays and ran the same play they ran. It didn't work. Like damn.
Like Tom Brady runs the Philly special essentially first, and then the next series Nick Foles does it. And we build a fucking statue of it.
They ran that in that game when we played them in Foxborough. I think Chip was the coach, but Tom Brady got walked down from behind. He didn't score. He wasn't going to score people. So
he was going on with you, my man. Welcome to the pod.
My man is awfully slow. Hey, what's up, buddy? What's up?
Mark is walking out looking like the man.
Like the yep.
Salute the boy.
Salute.
So
what you feel? What are you feeling like for this weekend, P? Squeak on it real quick.
The game that I've been dying for us to whoop ass on, like complete. This might be finally our 4-quarter complete game. I don't see nothing happening I mean, knock on wood, I don't see nothing happening from the Mystics at all. Saquon's going to do, what Saquon does. And after we locked down Henry last week, I don't have no concerns, which is really scary because I normally have a long-ass list of concerns or at least something to look out for. But the 4 quarters that we've been looking for, it got close if we didn't get all them goofy-ass penalties in the first half of the last game. We was just shooting ourselves in the foot, then we blew it over. I think this game is going to be the best coached, the best executed. Is it at MetLife or it's at the Link?
Yeah, it's in New
At
Jersey.
MetLife.
Don't matter.
So pray for everybody's ACLs because that shitty turf, but you know how it goes down there.
I thought they tore it out, didn't they? The league made them tear it out.
They did it mid-season?
I think they made the league because they had that whole when everybody started speaking up about it.
Yeah, I thought they were planning to do it next
They
year.
got the old vet turf on that mug, didn't they? They were like, hey, get that carpet from the vet. They threw it out.
Yeah, they got a bunch of grass over there. But I expect a blowout. 31, 14, 10, maybe. I'll give them a tud. I'll give them 1 tud, maybe a field goal. And then we'll see about the second one. Because the second one in the division is always the weird one. The first one, I think we're going to blow the doors off.
You were right, by the way. They're doing it after this season.
Okay, so pray for everybody's ACL.
Yeah, for real. Actually, I would be happy with our starters just getting the lead and then just put the backups in.
I'm cool with that. We kind of in that, kind of in that load management kind of mode where, okay, how much is this win worth with them tying last week? That's a blessing to everybody, including us. And so now we got like a 2.5.
Tie is better than an L for them, actually.
Well,
but
yeah, but I was about to say because now that they both tied, doesn't that kind of keep them both in the playoff picture now?
It does.
Yeah.
Well, they're in the picture, but the Giants are out right now Washington's out right now because of somebody else took their spot for the moment. Seattle, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Me personally, I would love to see the NFC East in the playoffs because we know them. At NFC in general, if it's not the Vikings, I ain't worried about them. The Niners, they just lost Jimmy G, but Brock Purdy's all right. But there's really nobody else that I would rather play in the playoffs than our own division. Because
but it's hard to beat the same team twice.
It is.
3 times.
It is.
Well, in the playoffs, it's hard. It's definitely hard. But I would rather see the other teams, especially if we got the bye. Like I would rather see one of the West Coast teams come out here and get their ass tore up in the cold. Because like the field advantage is so huge. Like Minnesota playing us like outside. I don't think have they ever beaten us at the Link. Oh yeah, the year after.
They got one dub, but
they got one dub. They blew us out, but that was in Minnesota, wasn't it? I think it was. Yeah, I think it was.
But yeah, like dome team, like the only team I'm really kind of just looking at, and not even anymore, was Frisco, because they defense and defense is lights out. The quarterback's good enough. They got plenty of playmakers. They kind of built like us, but we got the much better quarterback. But they got a coach, and he's got playoff experience. Other than that, we know we got Minnesota's number. We got anybody else's number on there. Dallas sneaks in. I don't know. NFC is gonna be weird this season in the playoff tree.
So how's it looking at the playoff picture? We
didn't touch it yet. Okay, cool. I came in right on time.
No, yeah, we didn't touch it.
Let's check it out.
How does it look? Fucking everybody that's supposed to win losing first round.
No, I'm trying to see the actual seeds right now.
Yeah, it's cool with the tree if they got it.
Yeah, because like there's certain things like like if you like the division winners always get the home game, so it doesn't matter.
Now,
it
does matter because think about it. The NFC South, you're literally about to have a 5-win team host the playoff game.
That's like us that year where
with
Carson his last.
It depends on where you playing. It depends on where you playing. Like that's that could be a rough game for certain teams. Like if Cowboys got to go on the road and play, that's a rough game for them. They don't team.
Let me spark a question for everybody because I'm hoping we maybe switch it. Do we still need to do division leaders? No matter how shitty that division might be.
Yeah, they get the bye. They not the bye, but they get the home game.
No, but
I get what he's saying. It should just go best 7 make the playoffs, regardless of NFC East, West, or whatever.
If you
Best
get beat
7.
up in your division, like in certain years, they're not gonna do that.
They've had that question posed.
Yeah, you got.
I feel like you have to I don't know.
Yeah, I know that because like your division can be tough. Like right now, our division could be one of those where we're like, one game ahead, and because we beating each other up. You know what I mean? Like it's like it's like the Phillies, the Mets, and the Braves next year. They're gonna be in that fight. You know what I mean? So
NBA does
realistically, the whole NFC East can make the playoffs, though.
Right.
Yeah.
So that takes the whole division out of the window as far as you may have it tough, you may have it whatever. If literally the entire NFC East makes it into the playoffs this year, that has to propose a question now. Does division make a difference? Because we just had 4 teams from the same damn division make the playoffs. Should we just do the best 7? It shouldn't matter off the division.
They're not going to do that.
Well, hold on.
They play each other twice. You know what I mean?
That's a good question, but let me. I'll run it down real quick right now how it goes. So, as far as the NFC goes, obviously we're number 1. Vikings have the number 2 spot right now. 49ers will be the 3rd seed at 8-4. The Bucks are 6-6 with the 4th seed. The Cowboys are holding the 5th. Yeah, the Giants right now have 6th, and the Seahawks have the 7th. On the bubble is right now Washington is in 8th place.
Yeah,
because they got a 7-5-1. So they have, I guess that's a.
So winning percentage is not as high.
That's why I said Washington's not in right now. They got knocked out with that tie.
That's crazy.
That's where the tie hurt them because they don't have as many wins as the other team. But where it helps you is when you don't have as many losses. So if you have the same amount of wins, but that one tie and not the loss, then that helps you. So.
Oh yeah, the Giants are 7-4-1. Yeah, that one loss, falling by what? That's crazy. And it sucks because they got to bye. So, I mean, it's all right. We're gonna go ahead and give pow the Giants on this weekend. So, don't worry, Washington. You'll be right back in it. You'll be right back in it.
Where's the rally?
The good question is, it is the Seahawks. No, the Seahawks would be I don't know. Because then the Seahawks will be tied for 7-5. When the Giants take an L, they'll be 7-5-1. So basically, the Seahawks got to win this weekend. They got to beat the Panthers. If they lose to the Panthers, then they're out. Washington will be in. Yeah, I mean that tie really probably was the best case scenario for Washington and
it's better than a loss. You know what I mean? It sucks for the fans, but it's better than a loss. So.
Basically, the NFL said, if you kiss your sister, we'll let you in. On the mouth.
That's how we got in the playoffs after the Super Bowl. We tied, right? And then we ended up with the same amount of wins as Minnesota. So, but we had one last loss.
I forgot that you
lost.
Tie. That was nasty behavior too. I forgot about that, bro.
He should have just been like, I don't have any confidence in Carson.
Fuck him.
I mean, that's what he was saying. Like, he doesn't listen. So at this point, he would have changed the play and fucked it up. I saved him from an embarrassing moment.
He should have brought he should have just brought Sudfeld in at that point.
Like that shit happened in Indianapolis when he threw the interception. He was trying to save him from that moment. So,
and Carson's just such a dickhead that instead of realizing that they're trying to help him, you know what I'm saying, he gets all butthurt and he wants out.
You know, the coach is like,
your coach is trying to save you.
Coach is like, hey man, remember I told you about changing them fucking plays and just running the play I fucking called?
Well, last little thing. So, what do you feel about the playoffs, P? Before I switch to the last little thing I got to talk about here,
we're gonna run the table. It's gonna go through Philly. I mean, it kind of even just to kind of double back because I was looking at like the worst record playoff teams to even just make it. Last one was like I think Seattle. They went 7-9. So as they're gonna let an average team, if you can win your division in a subpar division, they're gonna let you walk in, which is cool. But it's gonna go through Philly. Niners, we'll see how they play in the cold. West Coast team. If it's the Vikings, they play in the dome. If it's the Bucks, I would love that game because I want the revenge for the last time. I don't see nobody else. Like the Dallas game, we're probably gonna play Dallas in the playoffs. It might be because if we're a 1, they'll probably be like a 3 or a 4.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, I'm sorry. They're gonna be.
They're
like,
not gonna make it that first week.
Nah, they're not.
Depends on who they play, but it's
not Philly, bro.
To AK's benefit, though, if the league is rigged, that means Tampa Bay beats Dallas, and then Jalen beats his mentee, his mentor, and it's the passing of the torch. That means Brady has now got knocked out by both Mahomes and by Jalen.
I'll be comfortable in that game. We'll see where the penalty flags are.
Yeah, he's not going to call a game like that in the playoffs too much, but they will call some bullshit. And you be like, you remember the Cowboys and the Lions that game when the dude was hugging the dude downfield, no PI, like that type of shit. You're like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like the ref, you can't miss that call. Like it doesn't make any sense.
Well,
there's no way that you can't sit here and say that this team isn't destined to go to the Super Bowl, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I gotta say it, and this is pure facts. All right, we won a Super Bowl with Ronald Darby and Jalen fucking Mills as our corners. Like, okay, I'm being 100% honest here. Okay, we did not. Nigel Bradham was a damn good linebacker. Hicks was good, but our linebacking core right now, I believe, is solid where we're at, especially with White, Dean, and TJ. They're great, okay? You have the 2 best corners in the NFL, the 2 best tandem, all right? That's an instant upgrade. Blankenship is playing out of this world right now for what he has to do, you know, and Epps is doing what Epps does. You know, he is a pure tackler. Yeah, he might not be amazing at interceptions, but he tackles very well. Yeah. This defensive line still has Super Bowl ring players on it. And even the ones we brought in have Super Bowl rings, so they know how to win, which makes us even more deadlier. Then flip it to the offense. Jalen Hurts. Granted, Nick won, but Hurts is better than both Wentz and Foles.
Absolutely.
Okay. Hands down. AJ is better than Alshon Jeffrey. Torrey Smith got injured against Baltimore week 4, if I'm not mistaken, week 3 or 4. So that would have made our second wide receiver Nelson Aguilar, if y'all remember him. Well, Torrey Smith Devontae Smith is better than Nelson Aguilar. And hell, I'll take Quez over Greg Ward, and I'll take Pascal over Greg Ward, who was our third. And then Miles, he's playing better. Huh? Yeah, no, I said Pascal over Ward. I'd take him over him too, okay, just because of how they are. Miles Sanders, he's almost at 1,000 yards rushing. I believe our Super Bowl year didn't Jay Ajayi and LeGarrette Blount both average for 1,000. They both had like 500 yards.
Yeah,
they led the league in rushing and separate.
Yeah,
the last week they took off.
So Miles got him beat there. Dallas Goedert doesn't. Listen, Zach Ertz had a phenomenal year. I'm just calling our tight end room a tie because Goddard filled in Zach Ertz's shoes very freaking nicely. You know, and our offensive line is still our offensive line. 3 of them still have Super Bowl rings. That's Sayamalu, Kels, and Johnson. Mailata filled in very nicely and well over exceeded expectations for JP. And Dickerson has done a hell of a job standing in there for Sayamalu since he moved over for Brooks. This team is by far way better than 17, and there's nothing stopping them. I'm sorry, bro.
Actually, it's good that you actually mentioned that, because that was something that the guys did pose in the chat earlier. So, who's your offensive lineman MVP, and who's your defensive lineman MVP right now?
Oh, offense, Kels. It'll always be Kels until he's gone.
Yeah, for
and
real.
Defense, BG, dog. I'm sorry, dude. I have never seen a more consistent dude at the end of games when you need the last fucking play to seal the game. BG is always that guy. I've never seen a single player other than him do it. BG's that guy.
I mean, he's always there, bro. Play, so
the effort is always there. You know what I mean? Like, he's in that play. You're going to see him in the screen. Yes,
bro. He might not do anything all game, but the moment you need that one play, you see 55.
He's that guy, man. He's got that thing in the tank, and when everybody else don't have it, you're like, dang, where'd that come
Yep.
from? And that's all effort, man. Effort costs you nothing. So
Although Sweat is looking damn good. Holy shit, is Sweat looking really good right now.
yeah, that's what I said about
and that's crazy.
Robert Quinn.
Considering where we drafted Sweat at.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that was your subject. So who's your MVPs?
Of course, it's Jason Kelsey, right? He
Right.
gets it by default. But Landon Dickinson, that dude's playing phenomenal. So,
Yep.
I mean, we don't as good as Brandon Brooks was, we don't miss him at all. So it's crazy.
That's crazy. I almost forgot about Brandon Brooks.
Yeah, man. We don't miss him. That dude was the best. I mean, him and Zach Martin, they were the best, they were the best guards in football, right? So like, dang, man, that you don't miss him at all. So that's so big shout out to Landon for that, or Jeff Stoutland University.
No,
right?
no, shout out to Sayamalu. Sayamalu plays right guard.
Yeah, he plays right guard. He plays right guard. Right. But they run game on the other side, on the left side is mean.
Dickerson's on left, yeah. So Sayamalu filled in for Brooks, man, and he's done a nice job doing it.
Yeah, he's done a nice job. But the smash mouth run game is on that side with Landon and Malata.
Mm-hmm.
So it used to be Lane Johnson and Brandon. They run to the right side and just smash you. So but with Kelsey pulling or something. Defense has got to be my man Hargrove. We got 8 sacks, man. Come on. 8 sacks for the defensive tackle. Come on, man. That's come on, Fletch. Fletch was how he pulled that Jedi mind trick on him. Fletch is playing good now all of a sudden. So that's what I was thinking. While Jordan back, he was like, I don't start playing now.
He said, you like your job, right? You want to keep it? Because look what we got over here.
Harry probably just said, hey, let's.
The offensive line, defensive line MVPs.
If it ain't Kelsey's, at least for me, it's Lane. Hasn't given up a hurry or a hit or whatever statistic on that side. He ain't had them in like 2 years, which is ridiculous. Like
that's good podcasting right there. Again, P. Good podcasting. He already recognized. We all love Kelsey. Let me give you something else.
Somebody needs some love, but Lane is, forever the go for that.
He's playing, man.
Never a problem.
I don't think you have any sacks that weren't for Wentz. You know what I mean? Like Wentz was the
man. Talk about that.
He might have let a few go just to teach him a lesson. But defense, I want to go CJ. Like I think he still leads the league in picks. But he's such a ball hawk. He needs to be where he needs to be, and he'll make that play where he makes the play. I'm actually gonna go Hassan. Hard. I think with him, he's just the pressure of I think everybody elevates when Hassan is spinning, and we don't do a lot of stunts, but when he's coming off that edge, bro, strip sack, I think he's still leading. And he fills that spot where, like AK was talking about, when BG comes in at the end, Hassan is filling those spots in between. If it's a second and long or a third down, he's going to be in the backfield.
Mm-hmm. And you're right. I think Hassan is like the unspoken hero of the offseason acquisitions. Yeah. It happened so early in the offseason. Like
so early. Yeah,
it was like people kind of even like, and then so much exciting shit happened after that, because we got him before the draft. So it was like that happened, and then like the draft was like a few weeks later. Then you get the AJ Brown news. You get the draft picks themselves.
It was like that picture where he just gradually gets more excited as it goes down. Hassan Reddick's at the top. Then you hear about
that's perfect. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I gotta check my pulse at some point. But 11-1, everybody's rocking, and I don't know who else is gonna be coach of the year, but
we ain't gonna win coach of the year. If we would, it's how the NFL does it, man. If we're Super Bowl contenders, they usually give it to somebody else. They spread the wealth around. That's how they do it. So
who do you think? You know what? That he does bring a good point. They usually do, like, if you're in the, even though because let's not forget, Dougie P took us to a Super Bowl and they still found a way to give it to McVay.
Right. Yeah.
You know who it's going
to we beat McVay that year, mind you.
Right.
I can tell you who it's going to go to without even thinking about it. It's going to be the ball.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, bro, it's going to be. What he done with the Giants this year is truly tremendous. And then
twice, if he takes the L
yeah.
twice to us,
Yep,
still
he's still winning, man. Because if
He
they're not gonna
would
give it.
still, bro. I mean, dude, look at the talent he's got. I mean, other than Saquon on offense, and he's won that many games. I mean, come on, bro. You got to give it to him a little bit.
Yeah, because at best I had the Giants winning 5 games. At
Yeah.
best.
So just getting to 8 is impressive.
that deserves a coach of the year for sure.
Yeah.
No, they're 7-5-1. They're 7-4-1. Get it right.
Oh, sorry, 7-4-1. But that's still impressive, though. That's still impressive.
The NFL made them kiss their sisters on the lips.
Yeah, you're right.
They made it out.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's the vibe for sure, man. It's they don't ever give it to the Super Bowl winning coach. You know, like it's they just don't. The awards go, they get spread around, man.
It's crazy because he's minus 150 right now on via DraftKings to win Coach of the Year.
Damn. Yeah.
So really, he's really like the favorite. But I could see I really like he deserves it, and I think they should give it to him. But I'm not gonna be the least bit shocked at all if they don't give it to him. Coach, how you feel about it?
It's going to Logic out there in Miami.
Oh,
yeah. So you going to Miami?
You know, Logic was lying. Oh, yeah, it was going to Logic.
Wait, what?
Well,
Logic was lying.
He
did the concussion thing. You know, I don't do that. Remember?
Y'all don't see what he does. He talks a lot of shit on the low. This is what I'm talking about. If you pay attention, Coach, he talks a lot of stuff.
Bro, the fact that I like Miami's coach because he be on the sideline holding that cup, like he got some Hennessy in it or something like that. Like it's just a casual day in Florida, bro. He just be holding the cup, pinky out. Hey, go double wide smash, Y flex 23.
Bro,
like
when you live in Miami,
so
it's like,
relaxed.
He might be going skiing at halftime.
Yo, I'm sorry, but Mike totally is giving me Ted Bundy vibes over there in Miami. I'm not even playing, bro. Like,
you got a secret past.
Yo, bro, I'm not. Yo, have you listened to this man's fucking interviews and shit? Like, he looks like a robot. Like, I'm not even playing, man.
Like, I don't fuck with nobody, man. I be in the house just chilling with me and my dog. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. You know?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna tell you, if anyone's giving me Ted Bundy vibes, unpopular opinion, it's Cliff Kingsbury, bro.
Because he's so frustrated.
Especially after seeing him on Hard Knocks, he's over here talking about, I like having the crib to myself. You know, I really love natural sunlight coming in. That's why I brought this out. Like, you be like, what? What are you talking about? And he's a handsome dude, so like. You can see him going on a Thursday, on a Wednesday night where he's like done work. He just goes to a neighborhood bar in Arizona, picks up a couple broads, hey, why don't you come back to my house? Like, okay, and then he just slaughters them, puts them in some random room in the house. No one's gonna find them because no one else is there.
Desert, man.
Bro, you put a lot of thought into this.
Bro, you just ruined the 3rd episode of Hard Knocks for me right now because he literally came up. He literally came up to Denard Hopkins out of nowhere, and the first thing he said was, "Hey, what time is that event at the battered women's shelter you're going to?"
Yeah.
Dude, you just ruined that whole episode, and that was the first thing that popped into my head. Like, come on.
He did.
Man, I mean, Hopkins has some,
and the
he
way
has some
he
weird
asked, too,
conversations with his
like,
coaches, man.
What time's that battered women's event?
Bro, and he wasn't like passing out food or anything. The one video or the clip they did put on the show, he's just standing there with his wife, and some lady comes up. So you're the head coach? And he's just like, yeah. But it looks like he got his like arms folded like he's scouting right now. Like, bro, Rico, you just ruined the fucking whole episode for me now.
It was really heartfelt until I said that, right?
Your boy Cliff.
And it makes a lot of sense.
Cliff.
all that Arizona desert to be dealing with.
Got shit else to do out there.
I was thinking about poor Hawkins. He had some weird conversations with his
Catch
coach.
the body in Maricopa County. It's nothing.
You got my man down in Houston telling him not to bring his kids to. Don't bring your kids around here anymore. You know, like what? Who said?
Well, look. Final thing I got for you fellas tonight. Tom Brady goes out. You know what I'm saying? Honorary Eagle Tom Brady goes out Thursday, Monday Night Football. Leads his 44th fourth quarter comeback winning drive. Make sure the Eagles go ahead and right now currently have a top 5 draft pick in this year's coming draft via the Saints. Tom Brady is actually the honorary Eagle, right? At this point?
For this week, yeah. Shouts out to the Saints defense for completely folding in the last, what was it? It was 7 minutes?
Collapsed.
16-3 with like 7 minutes, bro. Shouts out to
job, right?
for going out of bounds, whether you was injured or not, you didn't get the first down. Who cares? Yeah, shouts out to the city of New Orleans. Shouts out to who is it, Dennis Allen or one of the coaches out there. I'm sure he's gonna get fired at the end of the day. But yeah, that was a terrible game, and they just gifted Tom Brady another fourth quarter drive that we all knew was gonna happen.
And you know, Andy Dalton is on the sidelines just looking at it like, look at this shit. They about to really do it. Yeah.
We did it, and they got on our ass. They're like, hey, what the hell? Doug, why didn't you play to win? Y'all saw me take
everybody gets a ring. The Saints get a ring. Calvin Ridley gets a ring. Fucking the Titans GM or the former Titans GM, he gets a ring, bro. Because without you, none of this would have been possible. Like Calvin Ridley, thank you for DraftKings. They get a fucking ring as well. Thank you for creating your app because Calvin Ridley was now missed out, so we can acquire AJ Brown. Like, bro, you contributed to this, so you're part of the team.
Yeah, DraftKings, they definitely get a ring, bro.
Shout out,
Coach, you can't go to the strip club in your uniform, man. You gotta go home, all right?
Yeah, like
you never seen Major Payne? What? I'm about to.
I mean, I've been, but you know, I was at least in my BDUs. This we can't go in there. Yeah, but recruiter, you probably can't. You recruiting, right?
Shout out to the bizarre world where Ben McAdoo was supposed to be the Eagles coach, but we ended up getting
God.
done.
Wow.
That would have been wild. Shout out again, AK had said it earlier. McDaniels was supposed to be the Eagles coach. We get Sirianni. Shout out, like Coach just said, Calvin Ridley, you know, getting busy on the app, you know, making a couple. I didn't know I couldn't do that bet. I didn't know I couldn't do that. I didn't know I couldn't bet football that I play. Okay. I bet us to win, though. I bet us to win.
Right.
Because now we have AJ Brown. Well, actually, it was Calvin Ridley and a lot of, like, a long list of guys. Like, pretty much any wide receiver that we thought we could have, Howie was trying to get. And then, for whatever reason, like 3 or 4 names did not pan out. We get AJ Brown for $100 mil?
I think AJ just fell in our lap because, like, I didn't see him leaving the Titans until, you know, Vrabel was like, we're not going to pay him.
It's like I said last night on Hip Hop.
Neither did Mike Vrabel see him leaving. Hey, let's give a ring to Russ. Let's give a ring to Sierra. Let's give a ring to Aaron Rodgers because they were part of that whole beginning of the season as well. Oh, the Eagles are potentially going to go get Russell Wilson from Seattle. Oh, Aaron Rodgers is probably going to test free agency. He might come to Philly. Hey, give those guys rings as well for making the decision to go completely opposite of what our fan base said.
And I'm happy you just mentioned that because, AK, I have not gotten to have this convo with you. So I'm happy you're here right now. And I'll get everybody's opinion on this, and then I'll get last words. So I said I have this theory right now that AJ Brown, I'm not AJ, that Jalen Hurts, everyone's saying that Jalen Hurts, it would be smart for him to take a hometown discount. You know, he's a good kid. He's probably going to take less money to stay in Philly, blah, blah, blah. You know how all that goes. However, I have this theory where I said all offseason, Jalen had to hear that we wanted to trade for Russell. We wanted to go ahead and see about getting possibly Aaron Rodgers. We were talking about trading for this guy over here, and they didn't pan out. Jalen takes the step forward that he takes. Now he's balling out. He had to hear all that. He was a gentleman about all of it. I think he's going to hold the Eagles' feet to the fire. I think he's going to say, pay me what I'm worth. You're not going to get a discount. You might get a couple mil off, but I think he's going to say, give me the 45 mil.
Yeah. No, listen, man. I'll even go a step further, man. If this kid wins MVP, if he wins the Super Bowl,
He has to.
he's breaking Pat Mahomes' bank.
Oh, shit.
I'm telling, yeah. He's gonna break it or he's gonna match it. Yes. That dude, that's how it works. The next guy up always gets more. I'm telling you right now, like he gets an MVP at 23 and a Super Bowl ring at 23, he's easily making 50 mil or more. I'm sorry, and I'll gladly pay him if he wins the Super Bowl this year. I will gladly fucking pay that man 50 mil.
Right, we paid a man top dollar who didn't even play.
Dude, you paid how much did Kyler Murray just get? And look what the fuck he did with it.
Right.
He doesn't
right now
even have a winning record, bro. And they paid him that. This man has not lost what's his record as a starter?
That's my son laughing because he agrees with you.
Yeah, like I'm not even playing that. He's better than Kyler. In fact, he's playing better than Lamar, and everybody was saying Lamar's going to be breaking the bank. Like, dude, this kid is going to get Pat Mahomes money if he does exactly what I just said. I'm sorry, you can hate it all you want, but hell, if he wins me a Super Bowl, I'll fucking pay him.
That's not even that much. You got to think Pat Mahomes got his contract, like 3-4 years ago? So
yeah.
This guy, if he gets Pat Mahomes money, I'm not even mad, man. Like I was telling
it's crazy to think that
$45 million. I'm good with $45 million because, that's not really that much. Let's say if he was Pat Mahomes, and he was doing what Jalen's doing right now, he would look like $65 million.
All right, $45 million. Pay him or let him walk.
We're gonna have to. Like, if he balls out like that, and I love the idea of, let's, cut a couple corners here because we got a lot of people to pay. But he's like, there's only one MVP in the entire league, and at the most important position on the team. You don't have a quarterback, you ain't doing nothing. Does not matter. So if you got to take the best player at the most important position, it's gonna happen. It's gonna have to happen.
Right, and he had to beat out the de facto guys that already had it won. Because you gotta say Allen had it, and Aaron Rodgers came in. They were like fighting for it, coming in the training camp. Here's our two MVPs. They got to lose it, and Pat Mahomes is up there too, right? They got to lose it when Jalen comes out of nowhere. They're like, oh, he can pass.
Oh my God, Coach, 45 mil. Pay him or leave him.
I'm giving him a fully guaranteed cap-friendly contract. Jalen agent is Nicole Lynn, and she is very smart at how she conducts her business. And I do actually have people that are part of that Jalen Hurts circle in Oklahoma. They're pushing for a fully guaranteed
NBA contract,
cap-friendly contract that won't hurt the team to where they can still bring in assets to replace what we'll be losing.
Probably the best way to do it.
See that?
Your discount is
NBA contract. Now that's different.
Well, and hold on. I'm happy you said that. Coach. I'm gonna give you guys a chance to rebuttal, but because right now we're talking about baseball season, off season, people are getting paid. But what we're seeing numbers like 300. We're seeing numbers like 90 million, this and that. But we're seeing those numbers over 10, 11 years. It's a lot easier to stomach when the AV is not as high as what you're seeing a 5-year deal. If it comes to a point where we're talking about, look, you're our quarterback. We believe in you. I think you're going to be here. You're going to be our franchise guy. I'll gladly give you $300 million for the next 10 years. Fully guaranteed. That's your money.
Well, what's it matter if it's 10 years or 6 years? You know what I mean? If you're willing to be here and you want to be an Eagle, what's it matter? 300 million is 300 million, whether you accumulate it over 10 or you accumulate it over 6. You know what I mean?
Over 6 years.
Yeah, but the dead cap, it's not gonna. It plays differently on the cap space. So if fully guaranteed, then you're not looking. I can't remember how to word it exactly, but a fully guaranteed quarterback contract would be more favorable for us because now we can allocate actually additional money to certain players, and then how he can do his funky
kick shit
money
down the
max
road.
as far as kick shit down the road.
Or
Well,
or
coach, and
really
isn't
guaranteed.
that cash over? And isn't
Go
that
ahead.
cash over cap?
Say that again.
Well, the cap goes up.
Isn't that
Remember,
how they
cap
do the
is going
cash
to
over cap?
230.
Yeah,
Huh?
I know, but isn't that how they do cash over cap? Like, isn't that how the Rams got in the situation they got in because they're a large market fan base and franchise? They have a lot more cash to play with than other people, so they pay them cash over cap. That way they can, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people try to figure out how the Rams are paying everyone. Well, they kind of manipulate the cash over cap. They pay them in cash so that it doesn't affect the cap.
Oh, hold on. You know what? You just said something I'm not really too versed in.
I think your signing
You guys
bonus.
didn't know about that?
Yeah,
Well, I've heard. All right, cash over cap, NFL. Let's see. The Ravens are currently 23rd in the league. Cash over cap spending 120. Let me see. I'll read it. You guys talk. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that you can get some benefit out of the cash over cap thing. I think with the NFL, they can all get paid cash over cap if they really, really wanted to. But the thing is, like certain teams, they're in a big market, so they can afford it no matter what. So it's like the Yankees, they're gonna pay the luxury tax on every year. They don't care. You know what I mean? So it's okay.
Well, and we're a big market fan base. The Giants are big market. Rams are big market. We have a lot more cash to play with that doesn't affect the cap to where, like, Jacksonville, they depend all on the cap because they have no cash because they suck.
So hold on.
And they
So
don't
what it is cash over cap. So the consideration is, so if it's a signing bonus, say $25 million, and you're getting the player technically gets it all on the year one. That's where it counts for year one. However, every year they get $5 million over 5 years. Just say to break it down. So that's how that whole situation works. So technically, it only counts for the first year, but they're already accumulated. Now, what that usually goes is when you hear a lot of guys say that the guarantee money is all that they really usually end up seeing in the NFL. That's usually the signing bonus of guaranteed money that they're seeing. So that's kind of the thing that they play with.
Right. Yeah. That's what goes on your dead cap when you have that signing bonus money. You got to pay that back over time so you can spread it out over the years. But
isn't that why we had to pay Alshon Jeffrey the year after we released him because that was that guaranteed cash over cap?
Yeah, that's how we paid Wentz money. Like
Yeah, exactly.
Pay him
and that's a situation you don't want to be in, bro. You don't want to be in that situation.
Yeah, it's money that counts against the cap, but even though they're not paying, they've already paid it, but it still counts on the cap technically. So yeah, that's what it is. It's like, and I mean, unfortunately, that is kind of the dangerous game that Howie does play with the kicking the can down the road. But what we see a lot of the time when you see that thing where they say, oh, he renegotiated the contract, turned this year into a signing bonus. That's the funny money that they're playing with. So these guys are getting that money, but it's kind of going to count down the road for us. But I mean, look, this is the thing. I know everyone said that it was going to be such an issue and how he doing that. We got to the year where we were going to be in cap hell. We got through it, and here we are 2 years later, possibly in a Super Bowl run.
Yep.
And it
I think Howie's like, hey man, we can see that.
That's right.
Like,
little guy
next year.
Yeah, right. You can't wait, right? Like you can't wait. Go Eagles, go! Fly Eagles high.
There it is.
Can he say Dallas stinks?
Yeah, come say Dallas sucks. Come here, come tell the good people that Dallas sucks.
Dallas sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, extra S's in it too. Like,
there you go, Lex.
All right, go ahead, kid.
All right, here.
All right, man. Hey, look, guys, we talked some stuff. We talked some conspiracies. We talked about the Giants having their shirts off with Timberlands on the boat. Let me get some last thoughts, cuz I'm gonna let you go first.
Man. So really, we got some games coming up that we're gonna win. If we don't win them, it's because we already locked it up, right? So don't fans stay calm. Don't fall into the media. They're gonna make some drama for us because they have to, right? So I think we're in a good position. And right now, you see that I really love what they're doing with the tight ends and keeping Goddard out because them guys are starting to ball. That's kind of what I figured with them out. So I think that you start to see Stall and them make some big plays down the stretch when Goddard goes back. So
I like it, Coach. Go ahead, hit him with it.
Hey, this weekend is gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be one of them weird ones where I'm low key cheering for both teams. Only reason I'm kind of rooting for the Giants is not for them to win, but I did coach Aziz Ujiri, so it's good to see somebody I got a hand on now producing out there in the league. So uh, I hope he stays healthy, but I hope the Eagles take the W. But um, that's going to be the pleasure I get from my time in Georgia, seeing that type of thing.
Well, I can definitely say if you coach them, I know the guy's got to be a class act. I can say for one thing for sure, two things for certain. The guy's going to step on the field with respect. He's going to have heart for the game, and I know he's definitely going to go ahead and play to the very last snap. So we're definitely be looking for the young man when he gets on the field. P, go ahead. What you got to say to the good people?
Bro, it's crazy. It's already week 14. Like, it's already December. Like, this whole year just kind of went by. But we only have 5 games left. We should run the table. And like Will said, if we lose one, don't care because we either got the 1 seed or, some goofy happens. But I just want to see good football, execution, good play calling. We don't got to blow the doors off everybody, although I think we will this week. And we're getting healthy at the perfect time. So Avante comes back, I think, this week. Dallas comes back, I think, in 2 weeks. CJ comes back before the end of the season. Like, we're going to have a 100% healthy team and a bye week. So we just got to, stick to the flow, keep doing what we're doing. 12-1 is loading real soon.
I love it. AK, the man, the myth, the legend. Before I let you go and say what you got to say, I want to say always, man, we appreciate you, man. We appreciate the Hardcore Sports Network, bro. Your road to 500, you brought us on. It's definitely helped the Swoop Boy Squad, gain a different type of audience. We got to see it. And I do want to ask you, I need help, all right? I already got Cole Cowboys. He said he's down. I need a Giants representative, and I need a Commies representative. I want to do a little mixtape before the playoffs get underway. So I want you to pick the best of those who we got on the network, who you think we should get on for that. I want to have them on Hey Poppy to do a little mix up before the playoffs. So if I could get your help with that, my brother. But we appreciate you, man. You definitely saw what we were trying to do over here, and you got us in the right spot in the right position. So we appreciate that always, man. And what do you think, man? Final words. What you got to say?
Well, first and foremost, man, it's an honor being on here with you guys. Like, I love watching what you guys do. You guys are great, and it's an honor having you guys over here. In all honesty, it's a blessing. It helps me out as well, and it gives me more content to give to people, and they get to see the best of you guys. And that's all I want. So, appreciate you guys for taking that offer, and coming over, and it's a great thing we got, and I will definitely help you out with that. No problem at all. My final thing I'm gonna say, bro, is 17-1.
Oh, wait. And I need to get you on an episode of Hey Poppy too. So
I got you. Whenever
you gotta have do smoking on the show, man. You gotta have that, bro.
Gotta have that. You was doing reminded me of my uncle with that the way you know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Go ahead. Final thoughts. Go ahead.
Final thoughts, man. 17-1. Quit playing with me. Like, this is not a joke. This team is real. You have questioned us all year long. You have doubted us all year long. Oh, Jalen can't throw. Well, now he can. Oh, Jalen hasn't came back from being down. Oh, he has a couple times. He's the only quarterback to get over 100 QBR on Dallas's defense this year. The only one. Like I said, man, this kid's balling. Nothing is stopping us. I'm sorry, bro. There's way too many weapons. We can beat you in the air. We can beat you on the ground. Hell, we probably don't even have to play and we'll beat you. So it is what it is, bro. But this is going to be one hell of a year. I'm telling you right now. Hold on, because it's about to get fun.
Yeah, tell me that was no ball. That was no ball. Listen.
Yeah.
Hey, man, couldn't have said it better myself, man. Look, 17-1. I like that. Look, man, y'all know who it is. Y'all know what it was. Swoop Boys, episode 40. Look, King gonna be mad as hell when he see I did this for 2 hours. but fucking baby me out.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Boy, you know how we do this. Smitty up the field, Booby on the wheel. Jalen and AJ think how we put a still fight. Eagles, fight. Oh, you know we gon' do that. BG, big player, Bonte, Bradbury, pick 6 in the bag. Boy, sweaty on the line, flash that with him. Boy, the Kobe gon' get him, constant, hit him. Boy, and my dog big as my lot of switching names up. Should be Philly, got it sold up, bro. Why ball?